We are coming to you from U.S. Cellular Field, where this afternoon, WGN Sports presents White Sox baseball. Frank Thomas, Carlos Lee, Jose Valentin, and the Sox as they get set to butt heads with Moises Alou, Sammy Sosa, Aramis Ramirez, and Dusty Baker's crosstown rival Chicago Cubs. Hi, everybody, and welcome. With DJ Darren Jackson, I'm Ken Harrelson as we get set to bring you the first of this three-game set. As you know, the Sox coming off a big win yesterday over Cleveland. Sox in second place, 2 games back of Minnesota. Cubs coming off a tough loss last night in St. Louis, 4-0 by Chris Carpenter. They're 3 games second place, 3 games back of St. Louis. And this afternoon, a couple of good young pitchers.
You better believe it. Jon Garland, a former first rounder of the Cubs, is going for the Sox this afternoon. Garland's coming off to one of the strangest pitching outings I've ever seen. Here's a guy that threw a 3-hitter, gave up 4 runs, and it was really weird. He just had 2 tough innings over 8+. Picked up the loss against Montreal. He's got to rebound from that, get himself back on track, throw the ball as well as he did in that game, just keep it in the yard, and he should be fine. This year at home, though, he struggled 1 and 3. Got to get it back on track here at U.S. Cellular. It's going against, as you mentioned, another good one, Mark Pryor. Pryor, this guy is unbelievable. In his career, he has averaged 4 strikeouts, a little over 4 strikeouts to 1 walk per outing. I mean, he is nasty. You got to get him early in the count. You don't want to get to 2 strikes or he's going to go ahead and sit you down on the bench. So you got to get to Pryor early in the count and be aggressive and try and take the extra base against him if you can.
All right, sit back, relax, and strap it down. Game 1 of this 3-game set, and DJ, we'll be back with the rest of the starting lineups.
Chicago White Sox baseball is brought to you by Miller. Vote Miller for President of Beers. Good call. Your local Ford stores. If you haven't looked at Ford lately, look again. The Illinois Lottery. Have a ball with the Illinois Lottery during their 30th anniversary celebration. Pepsi. It's the cola. And by Toyota. Get the feeling.
This summer, you'll need a few fans, a nice breeze.
He's gone. Strike 3 called inside.
And something cool, because it's gonna be a hot one.
You can't put it on the board. Yeah. Well, the plate is not in time. Yes. He caught it. A rocket hit to left center field. Get him. Get him. And that's long gone.
WGN, Chicago's official summer baseball station.
Yes.
I'd like to tell you a little story about my grandparents. They had a refrigerator that they knitted themselves out of yarn. It was small, not very cold, but it taught me a valuable lesson. Not all of us have king-sized refrigerators. And that's why Miller brings you the space-saving fridge pack. It proves once again that Miller is a beer of the people. Plus, it's got this little lip here that keeps the beers from tumbling out.
Choose great beer in great boxes, Miller. Good call.
It's Grandma.
Grandma, I can count to 100. See? 1, 1.
Anytime minutes. They sure do come in handy.
Come into U.S. Cellular now and get 900 anytime minutes. Plus, unlimited mobile-to-mobile and unlimited night and weekend minutes, all for just $20 a month.
U.S. Cellular. We connect with you.
And right now, get a free Motorola T731 color screen phone.
Welcome back to beautiful U.S. Cellular Field here in beautiful Chicago. Game 1 of this 3-game interleague series against the Cubbies. Jon Garland has taken the hill, which means right now it is time to present Ozzie Guillen's batting, Dusty Baker's batting order this afternoon. The skipper of the Cubbies sends out Mark Grudzielanek, Derek Lee, and Moises Alou as the top 3. And you get to the heart of the lineup of Sosa, Ramirez, and Hollingsworth. Close it out with Barrett, Patterson, and Martinez. Your Pepsi defense is Lee, Rowan, and Glode as the outfielders. From the left side of the infield, you have Creedy and Valentin. The right side is Uribe and Konerko, the battery of Olivo and Jon Garland. Jon Garland this season 5-4, a 4.64 earned run average. Opponents have bat 261 against him on the year. In 95 innings, he's allowed 93 hits. 12 of them have gone over the fence. 33 walks, and 48 punch-outs. Our umpires this afternoon: Chuck Merriweather at home plate, Chris Guccione at first. You have out at second base Eric Cooper, and Mike Riley is at third base. And we are set for baseball as Mark Grudzielanek heads to home plate. Jon Garland finished his warm-up tosses, which means it is time right now for Ken the Hulk Harrelson to make the call with the play-by-play.
All right, DJ, thank you. And once again, good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to White Sox baseball right here over WGN Sports. First of a 3-game weekend series. 3 jam-packed houses. Hello, Brooks Boyer. And here we go. Mark Grudzielanek, 9 for 25 on the season, takes first pitch strike. Cubs come in with that 40 and 32 mark, 3 games back of the Cardinals in the National League Central. Cubs hitting at .273 as a team with a 3.76 ERA. They have hit 94 home runs this year. It is high and into left center field.
Those 94 home runs you just mentioned are tops in the National League.
Cubs coming in at 20 and 17 on the road. And this is the 37th meeting between these two ball clubs in interleague play. And the first 36 Sox have won 20 of them. So here's the first baseman, Derek Lee. Lee at 318, 10 homers. He's knocked in 45. The 28-year-old first baseman. Last year with the Marlins at 271, 31 homers, and knocked in 92 while stealing 21 bases. Count evens of 1 here at U.S. Cellular Field. 330 down the left field line, 335 down the right field line, 375 in the gaps, and 400 straightaway center. One and 2 the count.
Quite the number 2 hitter they have in Derek Lee. A big man with lots of power, and he's been hot. 7-game hitting streak where he has 16 hits.
Well, for me, as I was doing my lineups prior to the game, with this lineup they have, and you combine the pitching staff they have, this is the best looking club we've seen all year for me.
As Chuck Merriweather takes that off the inner thigh, it looked like. Ow. Well, the Cubbies are a very, very solid team, and they've had some injuries and remain to have injuries. Let's see this foul ball off the inner leg of big Chuck Merriweather. Mike Riley running in from third base. He's got a smile on his face, which is a good indication at all times.
Well, he was trying to burp him there for a little bit.
And these umpires, they like to have fun with each other when it comes to the injuries. As long as it's not serious, you'll see a smile or a joke being made amongst each other.
Well, we saw Bruce Fleming take a shot off the elbow the other night, and boy, a mouse jumped up there and a heartbeat.
Yeah, that was no joking matter.
No, that could have been serious. Meanwhile, Garland looking in, and now the 2-2 pitch. He gone.
I mentioned in the open, Jon Garland just threw the ball so well in his last outing against the Montreal Expos, and he walked away with a loss. This game, he just has to remain to stay focused basically every pitch throughout this game, and if he can do that, he's got a very good chance while he's in command to control this offense of the Cubs.
Left fielder Moises Alou, 37-year-old veteran, hitting at 289, 18 homers, 47 knocked in. And I'll tell you, he put a little showtime on in BP.
He was hitting them long way up in them seats.
Yes, he was. He has faced Garland 8 times. He has 4 hits, 2 of which stayed in the park. There's a bullet. Fair. Well, he picks up his 16th two-bagger.
Lou got himself, looked like a curveball right there. Slowed everything up and kept it fair. Look at that. Not much on the swing, but he hit it right on the screws. I'll tell you, as you mentioned, Lou was hitting bombs in batting practice. It looks like he is swinging one heavy bat.
So here's Sosa. He's 4 for 9 lifetime against Garland with a homer.
Spent quite some time on the disabled list.
Takes first pitch strike.
He just was activated on June 18th from that DL, a lower back strain.
Sosa with 549 home runs.
.549 career home runs puts him 9th on the all-time list. Next person that he will pass would be Reggie Jackson, who sits at 563. And Sosa has had quite the career. 9 straight years. The only NL player to ever do it, driving in over 100 runs.
Outfield straight up, spread out. And the count 2-1. Well, the best way to get after a good offensive club is just to go right after it. And let them know that you're not afraid of that bat. Two and 2.
Well, I think Jon Garland has heard you, because that's what he has been doing since the first batter stepped in that box.
Yeah, you back off a little bit on a good offensive team, and it's like a feeding frenzy with sharks. They'll eat you up. Same way with the Sox against Pryor. He gone after a half inning of play. It's the Cubs nothing, and the good guys coming to bat.
There's only one minivan has the most advanced safety system. Only one minivan has a flip-fold third-row bench. Only one minivan has so much to offer with Ford's available safety canopy system covering all 3 rows of seats. Ford's adjustable brake and gas pedals, and Ford's family entertainment system. Freestar is the one. Get into an all-new Freestar with 1,000 cashback when financed through Ford Credit. Plus, 4,000 cashback or 0% financing for 60 months. Ford, the one and only.
Introducing the Pepsi Fridge Mate. It's like having a Pepsi machine right in your fridge. Just smaller. Pepsi. It's the cola.
Refreshment from the supermarket shelf straight to your fridge. The Pepsi Fridge Mate 12-pack fits in your fridge.
Life's like a sponge. You gotta squeeze to get every last drop out of it. That goes for checking.
Maximum strength checking.
No parading around hunting for free ATMs. Insist your bank has them everywhere. Find a banker who doesn't think your name is 60307. Don't set up a skimpy, wimpy checking. Squeeze it to the maximum.
Free checking and thousands of ATMs. Maximum strength checking. Only from Bank One.
Time right now to present Ozzie Guillen's batting order, brought to you by Pepsi. Rowan, Uribe, and Thomas. Lee, Valentin, and Konerko. Claude, Creedy, and Olivo. See, Frank been hot over the last 30 games, 29 driven in. The Cubby defense is Alou, Patterson, and Sosa as the outfielders. Left to right around the infield, Ramirez, Martinez, Grudzielanek, and Lee. Michael Barrett does the catching, and Mark Pryor's on the hill. Pryor He's made 4 starts. He's 1-1, a .366 earned run average with opponents batting .243. And his career prior has 25 victories against 13 losses. Pryor, a lot of time on the disabled list from spring training until just recently, where that Achilles tendon had put him down. Also had some shoulder problems, but he is healthy and right back at it.
23-year-old right-hander, 6'5", 230 pounds. Born in San Diego, now resides here in Chicago as Aaron Rowan. And before we show you our picks to click, you at home select yours. Watch out. Aaron at 306, 7 homers, 17 knocked in. Now Phil, about equidistant, slightly to the left. Ramirez, even with the bag and well off the line at third. So he'll have an easy chance. Right now, let's check out our picks to click. Jim Angio, our Hall of Fame director, and the crew went with Miguel Olivo, Robin, DJ, Sylvia, and Mike. Going to go with Paul Canerco, and Krista Chedd and Nicholas Hawthorne and I are going to go with Joe Creedy. Here's your rebate. On at 300, 10 homers. He's knocked in 33. Count evens at 1. Pryor last year 18-6 with a 2.43 earned run average. And that is just foul.
Mark Pryor in his career, which has not been that long at the big league level, coming in this game has pitched 211 innings and has 245 strikeouts. That's a lot.
Now, that's the first time I've seen him pitch. I've seen him a couple times on TV. That's popped up. Derek Lee.
Well, Derek Lee's not going to drop it, that's for sure. Won his first Gold Glove last season, did Derek Lee. A nice view right from behind home plate for you.
Here's Big Frank. 284, 18 homers, 47 knocked in. And there's a bullet.
Well, as you can see, our Sox hitters are not going to waste any time, and that's well advised against Pryor. If he throws you a first pitch fastball for a strike, be ready to hit. And that one was right down the heart for Frank Thomas.
Well, the better the pitcher, the quicker you got to get him. Because if you wait around on good pitching, you're going to be 0-2 and 0 for 4. Here's Carlos. Takes it outside. El Caballo at 299, 6 homers, 37 knocked in. He's faced Pryor one time. 0 for 1. Sox come in 37 and 32, 2 games back of Minnesota. Sox hitting at 282 as a club with a 4.64 ERA, and the Sox have hit 101 home runs.
That is good for second in the American League behind the Yankees, who have 104. You know how teams sit down prior to a series and go over the hitters and pitchers and all that stuff. I know for a fact they didn't sit there and say, all right, now be patient against Pryor. We got a remote camera moving around the stadium.
There's a strike in the count, 3-1. Jose Valentin on deck.
Jimmy Tianis is walking around giving us some different views in the ballpark today.
Zone him in, reel him in, and light him up right here, Carlos. That's ball 4. And of course the blimp is here. Those wonderful shots, aerial shots. And we'd like to see a wonderful aerial shot right here from number 22, Jose Valentin.
But there are 2 men on base, aren't there?
He is the meister of the 3-run homer. And they start him off with that breaking ball.
That's a pretty smart pitch right there from Pryor to Jose Valentin, who just loves to catch up to that fastball. As Mark Pryor has got some tree trunks for legs, to where he gets so much drive on his fastball and all his pitches.
Big motion and poof. Little pace.
Those big, massive redwoods that support the rest of that body.
Good eye, 2-2. This full with Paul Konerko on deck.
White Sox, of course, have hit the majority of their home runs this season here at U.S. Cellular. They have 64 of them.
Checks it up. He did not go. And that'll load him up.
Pryor on the 3-2 went with the breaking ball, trying to see if he can get Jose to go fish. And about as close as you can get without it being called a swing. Valentin looking fastball, realizes it's not, and just did hold up.
So sacks packed with Sox, and here's Konerko. Paulie at 267, 17 homers. He's driven in 43. Got to try to work Pryor into those fastball counts.
Well, you can see that Pryor is fully confident in his breaking stuff. Doesn't matter what the count is. And he also knows that White Sox hitters are looking for fastballs the majority of the time.
Count evens at 1. Well, if you're going to get aggressive against a guy, what you've got to do against good pitchers like Mark Pryor, you got to do it with a lot of discipline. That first pitch that Paulie swung at was just a pitcher's pitch. If he hits it, it's going to be a little ground ball left side. If he was looking for it, he was tardy. And the count 1-2. This is right here where you don't want to get against anybody, but especially a guy with good stuff.
No, and you're right. He's seen one fastball, and if Paulie would have been keyholing him, which means just looking for that fastball and his zone on that first pitch, he would have laid off that breaking ball and could be sitting 2-1 instead.
That's the whole thing about using discipline. The better the pitcher, the quicker you got to get him, and the better the pitcher, the more discipline you have to exercise at the plate. It's high into right field. Sosa. So Pryor pitches out of a 2-out, bases loaded jam, and after 1, no score.
He's put together a really nice run here.
Yeah. Oh, look at that. Ooh, that hurt.
Hey, look, what's this? Someone's entered the arena. Get that guy out of here for crying out loud.
It's cyclone time.
I'll tell you, he doesn't see him. This could get ugly.
Oh!
Oh, my. I have no words for what we've just seen. I'm speechless. Utterly incomprehensible.
Where you go in life is up to you. There's one airline that can take you there, United. It's time to fly.
It's getting bigger. 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 Mega Millions from the Illinois Lottery is really blowing up. At over $170 million, the jackpot is big and getting even bigger. So get in on the action. Play Mega Millions from the Illinois Lottery and have a ball. And right now, it's over $170 million. Get in on the fun. Mega Millions. Have a ball.
First pitch to Aramis Ramirez here in the top of the second, taken for a strike. Ramirez at 324, 14 homers, and he has knocked in 54. One and one to count.
Ramirez has been hot. 6 hits in his last 3 games.
That's high. And to left, Carlos. One out. And be part of the all-new White Sox baseball fantasy experiences here at US Cellular Field. Have you ever wanted to drag the infield, change the bases, watch batting practice on the field, or visit the White Sox broadcast booths? Well, now you can. For details, call Martha Black at 312-674-5396. That's Martha Black at 312-674-5396. Here's Todd Hollingsworth at 312, 8 homers. He's knocked in 21. Last year with the Marlins at 254, 3 homers, and drove in 20.
He's had a very, very good career, especially has been known as a pinch hitter.
Strike on the corner.
2 big names in pinch hitting in the National League the last 10, 12 years has been Hollingsworth and Lenny Harris. Well, Hollingsworth getting a lot more playing time this season when Sammy Sosa went down.
One and 2 to count. Sox got some bad news, as they have placed Scott Schoenweiss on the 15-day disabled list. They've recalled right-hander Felix Diaz from Charlotte. Diaz will make the start tomorrow for the Sox in place of Schoenweiss against Carlos Zambrano.
Well, we got to see Felix make 2 starts here at the big league level, and he had his problems, and he's dominated completely down at AAA. So maybe he'll make the adjustment here, bring it up with him.
Schoenweiss, inflammation of his left elbow. One and 2 to count to the 31-year-old veteran Todd Hollingsworth. Had a good pitch to hit right there and couldn't do anything with it.
Just let you know, though, Hollingsworth is feeling pretty good. As John has thrown him quite a few curveballs. That one away, other one's in. And he's put the bat on everything. So he is seeing the baseball right now very well.
Ate him up. Ate him up inside.
Yes, he went after a Jon Garland special right there. He was hoping to have him become a victim on that pitch. It was pitch all the way, up and in.
That'll bring up the catcher, Michael Barrett, hitting at .293, 8 homers. He's knocked in 36. Barrett having a very good offensive start for the Cubs. Last year in Montreal, hit .208, 2 homers, and drove in 10.
In a bit of a funk right now, 0 for his last 13. But yep, quite the season he's having.
One and one.
That lets you know how important scouting is after the year he had with Montreal, then to bring him on over and think he's going to succeed.
Well, regardless of, there are some organizations that are starting to disdain scouting, but for the most part, thank goodness, most of them still believe, and it's so true, the heart and soul of baseball is the scouting. Off the end of the bat on the breaking pitch. 1, 2, 3 inning for Big John, and after an inning and a half, nada.
We're not into gimmicks. We don't hype.
So much of the news is uncomfortable.
We don't add to the stress of bad news
by making it sound worse. Allison, Tom, Dan, we're all on the same page.
We're all doing news we'd want to watch.
If you like things flying,
loud music,
fast talking, you can get that lots of places.
But if you like your news honest and from people who like each other,
I think you'll like our news at 9.
And you might sleep better, too.
Watch Chicago's very own WGN News at 9 tonight.
Miller Lite has 1/2 the carbs of Bud Light, 1/3 less carbs than Coors Light.
Miller time.
I'm not done. And Miller Lite has fewer calories than both, while still tasting great.
Miller time's up.
Furthermore...
Stop speaking, please.
No, you stop speaking. How come you won't let America hear the whole story? Whose pocket are you in?
That's unacceptable.
No, you're unacceptable. This whole thing is a travesty and a sham and a mockery. It's a Travis-shamockery.
No making up words.
Burgle-flickle.
Choose great taste that's less filling. Miller, good call.
I think it's time we knew each other's names.
Whoa, hey. I don't know, cutie.
Okay, I'll start. I'm Jill.
Jill? Really? That's pretty.
So, what's yours?
If you're worried about identity theft.
I'm Molly. Hi, Daddy.
Hi.
Now you can bank safer.
Child.
With every Citibank account, you can now get help from an identity theft specialist.
This is WGN.
We're having a party.
What's going on? You guys want to hang out? Or?
So is this like a self-help group or something?
Chicago's WB.
Our aerial coverage is courtesy of the Goodyear Tire and Rubber Company and its blimp Spirit of Goodyear, reminding you to enjoy the drive on Goodyear's new Assurance tires. And there's a lovely shot of beautiful U.S. Cellular Field.
And as you see, there are plenty of people in the house today.
Ross Glode takes first pitch strike. It'll be Glode, Creedy, and Miguel Olivo, lower third of the Sox order. And congratulations are in order. Feisty to Kelly and Jessica Wunsch on the birth of their son, Reese Allen. 8 pounds, 3 ounces, 21 inches yesterday down in College Station, Texas.
All right. Congratulations, Kelly and Jessica.
Yes.
Very good.
Just got a piece of it. And the Sox face the Mariners on Friday, July 9th at 7:05. First 10,000 fans receive Sox nesting dolls from Brookfield Zoo, featuring Esteban Loaiza, Mark Burley, and Ozzie Guillen. The ball ripped right at Sosa. All he had to do was just get a little altitude on that one.
You see, Sammy didn't have to do much but shuffle his feet, get himself in position, and keep an eye on it. With a full house, it's hard to see sometimes.
Joe Creedy takes upstairs, ball 1. Joe at 241, 10 homers, 33 knocked in.
A full house in the day game, a lot of glare. Also a lot of white T-shirts, and that ball just has a tendency to blend right in, and your depth perception is just not as good as it would be during a night game.
Joe had a good pitch to hit and couldn't do anything with it. And another cookie right there. Pops it up. So 2 down. So here's our catcher, Miguel Olivo, at 269, 6 homers. He's driven in 25.
Dusty Baker has been working prior back into things. He has not had a high pitch total any of his previous 4 starts. His last season prior, his last 10 starts of the season was averaging 120 pitches per game. Right now he's trying to work up to 90.
This will be the 30th. If you're just tuning in, gave up a 2-out single to Big Frank, then he walked Carlos Lee, and he walked Jose Valentin. So he has thrown 30 pitches now. And here's the 0-2.
The Sox are a big bomber team. They like to go deep, especially here at home. But this big right-hander out there on the hill, he doesn't like to give up those home runs. He's pretty stingy with them. Just 15 of them allowed last year. 211 innings.
Picks up his first strikeout. And after 2, no score.
A new Ford SUV, an ultra-thin TV. Now get more at your Ford store with a new Ford SUV. The widescreen TV's free. The widescreen TV's free. The screen is flat. Can you hang with that? The widescreen TV's free.
Get 0 for 60 or choose 3,000 to 4,000 cash back. Plus, current Ford owners get an extra 1,000 on Explorer. All that in a free Dell HD Ready LCD TV.
With a new Ford SUV.
The WB presents Pepsi Smash, the only primetime music series bringing you live performances from the world's hottest musicians. Now you could win a trip to a live Smash concert with Green Day, Good Charlotte, and Jack, or Destiny's Child, Kanye West, and Eve. Watch Saturday, then log on to WGNTV.com and tell us the name of the last performer. One winner will receive 10 tickets to see Destiny's Child at Chicago's House of Blues, plus a trip or 2 to Salt Lake City for a live Pepsi Smash concert from Pepsi, Dodge, and WGN.
I wasn't always up to speed on the internet. Do you have any email for me? Now, thanks to Comcast, I am a broadband goddess.
Top Gamer 12 has left the building.
Comcast high-speed internet is always on, no dialing up. Their highest speed puts dial-up and DSL to shame.
You're not at 3 megs? Get a life.
What are you looking at?
That was then. This is Comcast.
Get connected for $19.99 a month for 4 months with instant installation. Call 8884-BEST-TV. With runners at the corners, he swings. It's a ground ball to the shortstop. Uribe flips to second out. On to first. Out! That's the White Sox winner. And Joe hits a drive to left field. There it is. A swing, and there's a hit down there. There's a drive. A swing coming to the plate. The slide. Safe! The 0-2 pitch. Deep in the left field. He looks up. You can put it on the board. Yes! First pitch to Corey Patterson, tries to bunt it and fouls it off. Totals on the board identical to the first two, 0-1 and 0. And while we have a moment, I want to sound a big White Sox hello to Steve Holcomb, my buddy, Dan McQuilkin, and all the caddies in a rain delay at Potomac, Maryland. I believe that's the Booz Allen tournament. Corey fouls that back, and the count 0-2. Like these sunglasses I got on came from Hulkman.
Really?
Yeah.
Give them back.
No. No. Chops that one foul.
You and your sunglasses, my friend, you've got a bad history.
I'll lose them and break them and everything.
Yeah, you get them wherever you can, okay? That's a definite.
Patterson at 277, 8 homers, and 30 knocked in. Fastball outside, and that's popped up to Carlos, fighting the wind and the sun.
All right, now it's time to take a look at our Ford Focus. Jon Garland in the first inning, getting himself out of some trouble right there as there was a runner in scoring position. Also, Paul Konerko batting with the bases loaded and 2 outs, flies deep to right field. There's our Ford Focus pitching, getting it done when they've had to.
Here's the Cub shortstop Ramon Martinez at 258, a homer. He's driven in 21. A beautiful shot.
Oh, that looks like a lot of fun. A lot of fun. Sailing along.
That Jim Angio's yacht. There's a sharply hit ball. That time.
I'll tell you this. If that's Jim Angio's yacht, he better call the Coast Guard.
So 2 out. And on Saturday, July 10th, enjoy signature post-game fireworks presented by Van Campen Investments after the White Sox face the Mariners at 6:05. So for individual game tickets, visit whitesox.com or call 866-SOX-GAME. Mark Grudzielanek went out to Aaron Roy. Takes first pitch strike.
Grudzielanek. He played up in Montreal. He had a year where he had 54 doubles. That is a lot of doubles. Led the league.
Looking to play by Creedy. Mercy.
Oh.
Beautiful play by Joe Creedy, and we'll go to the bottom of the...
Dude, guess where I am right now? I am getting a Cubs tattoo on my back.
Wait until they see this in the stands, buddy. Cubby fan, Cubby Blue, and you.
It's gonna be Cubby Blue.
Feed the rivalry. Eat a Big Mac Extra Value meal today.
Try the all-new, sleeker, more powerful Solara on for size. It looks good on you.
Liven up your lawn and garden with landscape lights from Menards. Save big on the area's best selection of pathway lights from the Enchanted Garden Collection. Accent your deck, patio, or garden path with these stylish Palm Island low-voltage lights. Choose from hanging or path lights in 3 stylish finishes, just $12.97 each. Matching solar-powered path lights are $19.97 each. Light up your home with savings from Menards.
Save big money at Menards.
Feed the rivalry. Eat a McGriddle's Extra Value Meal today.
Sunday, Game 3 of the Sox and Cubs at 2, right after the pregame special Showdown in the City at 1:30, Sunday on WGN.
This is WGN.
It's hot.
This may become your favorite show, you know that.
His home makeover is going to restart her life.
Chicago's WB.
And what a play by Joe Creedy to end the top of the 3rd innings. Our Comcast defensive player of the game. That is a missile off of the bat of Grudzielanek. Creedy off his feet quick and up with the throw.
It'll be the top of the order for the Sox here in the bottom of the 3rd in a scoreless tie. Rowan, Uribe, and Thomas. And it takes fastball right there. Aaron fouled out to Ramirez at 3rd.
Has himself an 8-game hitting streak working, does Aaron. During it, he has 12 hits. But he has been swinging the bat very, very well. And that's been mixed in coming off the bench.
Breaking ball, and the count 1-2. And we got the Imperial Travel Service from Lafayette, Indiana. And Jim Newell. They're here with a busload of Sox fans. Jim's been coming up here for years, bringing Sox fans up from Lafayette.
Now that fastball into Aaron Rowan. That's the 2nd time Pryor has done that. Aaron Rowan's the last person in the world that's going to be intimidated. I think, as a matter of fact, if you throw him inside, he's more likely to dive into stuff across the plate after it. Kind of a bulldog in that sense.
Ground ball. Nice pickup by Derek Lee. Pryor right where he should be. But 1 out. And kids, how would you like to experience U.S. Cellular Field just like the White Sox players? You will get your chance at the U.S. Cellular Field Experience Camp presented by the White Sox Training Academy. You can work out in the Sox batting cages and on the playing field. Now, the Experience Camp has 2 sessions, July 6th and August 6th, for boys and girls 7 to 14. So for details, call 630-PLAY-BALL. Here's Uribe. 1. He fouled out to Derek Lee at 1st. Big rip. Had a good pitch to hit. And underneath it. And now he's got to cinch it up and hunker down. 0-2 the count.
On with his 10 home runs, just one of 5 White Sox hitters with at least 10 home runs. Cubbies have the same thing. Cubbies also have 5 members of their batting order that have 10 or more home runs. As this fastball, Uribe is right through it. Pryor, you can just see, he doesn't even try to aim that fastball. He just realizes he throws hard enough, he can just throw it down the middle by you.
Here's Big Frank. He ripped a single into left field in the 1st inning. Frank now has faced Pryor 3 times, has 2 hits. A single and a homer. Breaking ball, good one. That's the best breaking ball he's thrown yet.
That's a scary thought, since we haven't taken very many good swings at it yet.
That's out.
Pryor has only hit one batter. Matter of fact, I take that back. He's hit no batters yet this season. So he knows what he's doing when he pitches inside.
Breaking ball. That is 7 in a row retired by Pryor, and we'll go to the 4th.
I'd like to tell you a little story about my grandparents. They had a refrigerator that they knitted themselves out of yarn. It was small, not very cold, but it taught me a valuable lesson. Not all of us have king-sized refrigerators. And that's why Miller brings you the space-saving fridge pack. It proves once again that Miller is a beer of the people. Plus, it's got this little lip here that keeps the beers from tumbling out.
Choose great beer in great boxes, Miller. Good call. Hotel questions you want answered. Is my hotel close to stuff I want to see? We'll tell you. Do they have a fun pool? We'll tell you. How about a health club? We'll tell you. We're the experts at Hotels.com. And if you book right now, we'll give you up to $30 back towards a free tank of gas. You'll also get great summer deals on hotels, like New York, from just $69.95. Get great rates on great rooms and some free gas to help you get there. Hotels.com. Best prices, best places. Guaranteed.
To cure athlete's foot, you've got to be fast on your feet. And nothing lets you treat faster than Lamisil AT. Lamisil AT cures athlete's foot with just 1 week's use. Not even a prescription can beat that. If you use Tinactin or Lotrimin AF, you'll be treating for 4 long weeks. Who's going to do that? When your feet itch and burn, using Lamisil AT 1 week is proven to kill the fungus and keep you athlete's foot free for 3 months. Lamisil AT. There's no better way to cure athlete's foot.
Hey, Frankie.
Bernie.
I see you got a new lottery machine, huh?
No, this is from 1974.
No.
I thought I'd show it off for the 30th anniversary.
Man, let me check it out. One more time. Guess some things never go out of style.
Expect the unexpected. The Illinois Lottery. Have a ball.
The 1-0 pitch to Derek Lee. It's taken for a strike. Lee, first pitch was a curveball low. Derek struck out. On a fastball up.
Derek Lee been tearing it up in interleague play this season. He has a 704 on base percentage coming into this game.
There's a good strike and a count 2-2.
Aaron Rowan with the second highest on base percentage coming into this game behind Derek Lee at .591. So a couple of the best of this season going at it.
Deflected over to Jose. 1-6-3.
Jon Garland helping himself, and we've talked about what an outstanding defending pitcher he is. Well, he doesn't get a glove on that. It's a base hit up the middle.
Jon's got terrific reflexes. And it's Dollar Dog Thursday, presented by Ballpark Franks on Thursday, July 8th against the Angels at 105. Big and meaty Ballpark Franks are $1 each, and kosher hot dogs are $2.50 each at select stands. So for tickets, call 866-SOX-GAME. Here's Moises Alou. Fastball, popped him up right side. Ross Glode, long way to come. He's there now and drops it.
Well, you could see that coming. I mean, Ross Glode didn't get a good read on it right away.
No, he didn't.
And then he was running so hard. And as an outfielder, if you're running that hard on a high pop-up, that ball's going to be bouncing around on you. You're going to see a bunch of baseballs, and you're going to try and reach up and guess which one you're supposed to grab. And sure enough, hit him right in the palm and bounced out. You have to get under control when you get close to that baseball, and if you can't, that's when you'll see a lot of outfielders drop the baseball when it's just coming straight down to them.
Well, John's got to pitch over it. Yes, here's Sosa. Sammy struck out on a curveball. Good breaking pitch right there from John. This is when your pitcher has got to bow his neck and pick you up. Just softly in the right. Gloder's there. So 2 out. Ramos Ramirez went out to Carlos Lee.
Well, this is one of those games where you just hope Jon Garland has no lapses in concentration, and if he does, he's got dominating stuff this afternoon.
Good pass at it by Ramirez. Yeah, our starting staff has had some lapses of concentration the last week to 10 days. Good pitch, pops him up. Glode calling him off, makes the catch. And indeed, Garland pitches over the two-base error. And we'll go to the bottom of the fourth. Nothing.
Coming this fall from the creative force behind the OC. When family blood runs this hot.
Hey, I worked! I stood here and I worked with the family.
The only rush.
Is this the way you've been running things?
Is coming out on top.
Am I ever going to see you again?
The Mountain.
Coming this fall to WGN, Chicago's WB.
A new Ford SUV, an ultra-thin TV. Now get more at your Ford store with a new Ford SUV. The widescreen TV's free. The widescreen TV's free. The screen is flat. Can you hang with it? The widescreen TV's free.
Get 0 for 60 or choose 3,000 to 4,000 cash back. Plus, current Ford owners get an extra 1,000 on Explorer. All that in a free Dell HD Ready LCD TV.
The new Ford SUV.
So, you want to have washboard abs or holding your breath lessons? It's up to you. Everybody needs something. Call Valley Total Fitness at 1-800-FITNESS.
Call now to start for $5 and get 3 months free of dues.
In the summertime, when the weather is fine, come and join your friends for a really good time.
It's awesome.
Ha! Come and sing along. You still got friends all week long.
We are there.
You still got friends right here all week long. Weeknights at 6 and 10 on WGN, Chicago's WB.
It'll be great.
Carlos Lee here in the bottom of the fourth inning. First pitch from Mark Pryor. Taking fastball strike. Carlos walked back in the first. No runs, 1 hit. No errors for the Cubs. No runs, 1 hit. And 1 error for the Sox. A good strike right there from Pryor.
Well, as you'd expect from Carlos's body language, he's going to definitely think that was a ball. He just jerked completely out of the batter's box almost to get out of the way.
Just got a piece of it.
And then the big overswing right there from Carlos.
And the 1-2 pitch. He did not go. And you can visit WhiteSox.com, the #1 site for in-depth White Sox editorial coverage, live game pitch-by-pitch, and game day audio. WhiteSox.com, where baseball is always on. Little flipper. And that's going to be in foul ground.
One thing Carlos Lee was doing when he set that franchise record 28-game hitting streak, which just ended on the last road trip, as he hit the ball up the middle the other way very, very successfully. And since then, he's had his struggles. And also, it appears that he's not thinking about up the middle the other way as much. You see the longest hitting streaks this season.
Close pitch. Full count to see Lee.
Those are the longest hitting streaks in the American League.
And there's the leadoff walk. So as Jose Valentin makes his way to the plate, let's pause for station identification.
You're watching Chicago's official summer baseball station, WGN-TV Chicago.
Along with DJ Darren Jackson, Ken Harrelson from U.S. Cellular Field, first of this 3-game series with our crosstown rival Chicago Cubs. Jose, he drew a walk, his first at bat.
Pryor has not been walking many batters. He did have one start this year where he's allowed more than one, and in that outing he walked 5 hitters. But the other 3 outings, he walked none in 6 innings, 1 in 5, and he walked 1 in another 5-inning outing.
And that pitch over misses. Carlos wants to go. Trying to get himself a Lance Johnson jump. Meanwhile, Jose's got the count 2-0.
I'll tell you right now, looking down, it's getting close to batting practice time regularly for a night game. The shadows are going to become an issue for the hitters, as is the sun on the left fielder. Left fielder's going to start having some battles out there not too long from now.
Carlos 6 for 10 in stolen bases. Looking for it, got it, and underneath it. High pop-up for Ramos Ramirez. So 1 out. And DJ on this date in Chicago history, 100. 28 years ago. A.G. Spalding. The Chicago White Stockings pitched a shutout, a 3-0 shutout. That year, the team only played 61 games. He started 60 of them. He was 47-13.
I remember you telling me that. That was an impressive outing that day, you said.
But the interesting thing about, while he was pitching that shutout, a little bit west of here, George Custer was trying to fight off Sitting Bull at Little Bighorn. He's coming from Jack Boyd down in Orlando, Florida, who may have been there. I'm talking about the ball game. Probably having a little trouble picking up Pryor's fastball. He has been tardy. He went out to Sammy at the end of the first inning with the bases loaded.
Well,
that was on the curveball.
I tell you, you're talking about history here. As far as I know, the White Stockings didn't become a franchise team until 1900.
Well, actually, the White Stockings evolved into the Cubs.
So you're talking about a different team now?
Yeah.
Okay.
0-2. Capaldi.
The White Sox were originally the St. Paul Saints. Then they became the White Stockings, and that was in 1900.
Good two-strike hitter, Paulie, right here. Tardy again.
Well, and one reason that Paulie's tardy on that fastball is because for some reason he's looking for that curveball, or he's protecting against that curveball. As Konerko, when he's aggressive as he was a couple of nights ago, sitting on fastballs, he turns on them to deep left field.
Well, when all cylinders are cooking with Konerko, he's an outstanding fastball here. There's a pitch out, nothing off. Lately, he has looked to be in between, and that's just not a good spot.
That's why it was weird the other night. He had been in a bit of a funk. He had just 2 hits and like 25 at bats, and all of a sudden it looked like he walked up there and said enough. Saw a fastball, boom, hit it in the seats. Next time a fastball, boom, hit it in the seats.
There goes Carlos. And the ball gets away from Michael Barrett. So that'll be a stolen base for C. Lee.
Michael Barrett came up ready to fire, but forgot one thing. To hold on to that baseball as Carlos Lee was off to the races. No problem.
All right, Paulie. 2-2 the count. Well, 1 down here in the bottom of the 4th. In this scoreless ball game.
Well, Paulie now should be just protecting against that fastball.
Beats that one in the hole, and that's going to be a base hit. So runners at the corners with 1 out, and that'll bring up Ross Globe.
At first, it looked like Martinez might have himself an option to go to third base, not to first, with Carlos Lee running. But it looked like it might have just skipped on him a little bit. Therefore, he decided he better just glove it and keep it in the infield, and went down with it.
So here's Glode. His first at bat, he just hit a P right to Sammy Sosa. Takes it outside. We'll take the same thing right now, Ross.
You might, but I'd love to see a gap around the left center field. But I will settle for what you just said.
Ball gets away. Here comes Carlos. He's going to score, and the Sox take a 1-0 lead.
Well, as it stands, Carlos Lee's stolen base is the big part of this inning. Him stealing on the right pitch, getting into scoring position, and then advancing on the infield hit to third. That's set up, of course, that advance to third and the wild pitch for him to score.
Rothschild, the pitching coach. Hey, Larry Rothschild, when he was managing the Tampa Bay Devil Rays, in the games we saw him, he did a heck of a job. And then talking to some scouts, who saw a lot more of him than we did, they said he did a heck of a job down there managing that ball club.
Got some good people sitting over on that bench to assist Dusty Baker.
Yeah. That's going away. 3-0. A little tardy on that heater. So full count to Glode. Breaking ball just frozen.
I talked about that earlier. Pryor's got enough confidence in that hammer of his. He'll throw it any time. And why not right here with a man in scoring position when you know you can throw it for strikes? That's just a hammer.
That actually was a good pitch to hit, but not on 3-2.
No. And that's what Pryor knew.
There's a curveball strike to Creedy. Joe popped up to Derek Lee at first. Come on, Joe. Big duck on the pond out there. That's up high.
Pryor up there in the pitch count already. 75. Mentioned he has not been allowed to reach 90 yet this year.
Attaboy, Joe. Good eye. 2-1. Just tuning in, Creedy made just a terrific play off Mark Grudzielanek last inning. Checks it up. Good check. 3-1 with Miguel Olivo on deck. Pretty good pitch by Pryor. Pretty good location right there on the 3-1 count.
Boy, Joe Creedy, he saw what happened to Ross Glode right before him on a 3-2 count. Pryor had thrown that curveball. Because of it, as a hitter coming up there next to get the same count, you have to be aware. Otherwise, Joe Creedy a little bit behind on that last fastball.
And you got other hitters that they wouldn't even think about. That curveball wouldn't even cross their mind. Guys who are dead fastball hitters.
And they would have been very fortunate because there was a fastball right there.
Yeah, but that's when he would have thrown the hook.
Exactly. He'd have been thinking right there with him more than likely.
Got a cookie right there.
And that was the best swing Joe has taken over the last 3. 2 fastballs and the curveball. So I got to imagine that Pryor is going to recognize that. And maybe come back with a well-located fastball.
That's just a get-me-over breaking ball right there. And those have a tendency to go a long way. Just a roll. Martinez, the shortstop. Sox get on the board. Go get him, Jon Garland. You got your run.
Introducing the new Revenge of the Mummy ride. So hop in your Toyota Solara and check out Universal theme parks. And don't be late.
Sammy Sosa. Hook my friend Sammy Sosa up with one of those special tacos.
Hey! Tacos and Pepsi. The perfect double play. It's the cola.
Are you looking for marble? Well, go to Tile Outlet. Tile Outlet has a large selection of marble at low Tile Outlet prices. Tile Outlet, 2444 West Fullerton in Chicago, just 3 blocks west of the Kennedy Expressway.
Scent is the strongest sense tied to memory. How will you be remembered? Introducing new Red Zone Invisible Solid with a controlled release scent system. It's the longest lasting invisible solid from Old Spice. So you smell great all day and all night. New Red Zone Invisible Solid in 4 long-lasting scents. Stay in the zone.
Visit the J-Team at Jiffy Lube every 3,000 miles for our thorough, some might say obsessive, signature service oil change. Jiffy Lube, the well-oiled machine.
Tom Skilling, weekdays on Chicago's very own WGN News at noon and 9.
Todd Hollingsworth just had a great pitch to hit, had a big rip, and underneath it. He fouled out to Paul Konerko. Got jammed as he takes that strike on the inside corner. Cubs were shut out last night in St. Louis by Chris Carpenter. I'll tell you what, it's great to see Chris pitching well again after some injuries. I know in his time over here in this league against us, we couldn't touch it.
Chris Carpenter has got some nasty stuff, big hammer. I remember when he first started pitching at the big league level. Yeah, he was pretty nasty, simple as that.
Oh, all he had to do was go out there with that stuff he had, and we just couldn't have it. We didn't have a chance. And every Tuesday, home game is Pepsi half price Tuesday. White Sox face the Angels on Tuesday, July 6th at 7:05. What you do is you redeem an empty Pepsi product at the ticket windows on game day and receive a half price ticket or order at whitesox.com starting at noon on Monday, July 5th. And the UPC code is required.
I'll mention in Hollingsworth, his first at bat, I mean, he was taking some good cuts at everything that Garland was featuring, but he was fouling all those pitches off. Once again, he's at it. Miguel Olivo on that last pitch was sliding almost behind Hollingsworth in anticipation where that curveball was going to break. And Hollingsworth just swung so hard at it like he was right on it. Look at Olivo. Holy cow.
Hollingsworth had some good rips. Two and two.
Well, like on that pitch, John just wanted to break it up. He was tired of everything being close enough for Hollingsworth to take a swing at.
Breaking ball laced into left field. So the leadoff single.
A good at bat for Todd. As this time he does not foul it off. Just above the label he hits it, but I'll tell you, he was on everything that John wanted to offer.
Michael Barrett grounded out to Jose Valentin. Pretty good lead by Hollingsworth. And a good play by Konerko.
Oh, yeah, it looked like Konerko was the one that was more surprised and going to get busted than Hollingsworth. Hollingsworth is out there with his secondary, but Paulie's well off the base. And he has to do whatever it takes to get back there and try and catch the ball.
There he goes. And that pitch fouled away. Hit a pretty good jump right there.
Yes, he did.
So 1-1 to count.
The way that Barrett swung at it, like a no-out hit and run.
That's exactly what it was with that swing. And he throws it away. That's going to be a two-base throwing error right there by Garland. So the tying run at third, nobody out.
It's that the second error that Jon has made in the last couple of weeks now. And he had gone all the way since 2002 without making an error.
Good pick by Olivo. 2-1.
Well, the only thing right now Jon Garland has to be concerned with is getting the hitter out. So forget about that man at third base and go about your business and get the next three guys out. I'll try and strike everybody out. If the run gets home, it gets home.
Chopper 2 hopper. So this game is tied at 1.
The key, obviously, in this game today is going to be for both pitching staffs to avoid the big inning. We'd have a low-scoring victory for one of these guys today. Cubbies or the Sox.
Corey Patterson went out to Carlos Lee. Takes a strike. Outfield spread out slightly to the right. High pop-up. Uribe.
What in the world is going on? Ross Glode's got to come and catch that baseball. That's all there is to it. And Ross, after making that error, I guess, in the fourth inning, decides he's going to let the second baseman try and catch one. Well, that's just bad.
So here's Martinez, the shortstop. He grounded out to Valentin. And Miguel wants to go out and just have a little chit-chat with him.
On that high pop-up right there, Ross Glode was not even running in hard. He was just jogging in, thinking, I'm letting the second baseman take it. As an outfielder in this ballpark, can't be done. You have to come in with the thought process as I'm calling the infielder off at all times because the wind is always blowing.
Especially in this ballpark. You have to do it everywhere. But especially here. Is that pitch now? Misses and count 2-0. Three errors committed by the Sox. And the count 3-0.
Well, Jon Garland last inning pitched over the error in right field. He's got to regroup mentally and just go ahead and realize, all right, it's not going to happen again.
First walk issued by Garland. And here comes Don Cooper out of the Sox dugout. The hitter will be Mark Grudzielanek. This one pitching coach got to just tell him, John, you're doing your thing. You just got to stiffen up right here, bow your neck, and pitch over this. Still throwing the ball good. You're making your pitches.
Now the Sox have committed 49 errors on the season. 49. The Cubbies have committed 32, which is third best in the National League.
Well, here's Grudzielanek. He's gone out to center, and he was robbed of a base hit on a beautiful play by Joe Creedy at third. And that's deep. Way back. And it is a 4-1 Cub lead. Four runs on 3 hits. Derek Lee is struck out and grounded out 1-6-3. A little hanger right there by Garland.
4 runs on 3 hits is very familiar, as that is exactly what the total was last time Jon Garland towed the rubber up in Montreal. And a 4-2 loss.
Two balls and a strike. 28-year-old first baseman. Needless to say, a very, very bad inning. He gone.
And taking a look at the pitch and the swing, Grudzielanek wins. Looking in, and that's a nice, short, quick swing from Mark Grudzielanek. That ball was crushed.
That's his first homer and his first, second, and third RBI of the season. And here's Moises Alou. Just jammed into left field. But some damage is done as the crooked number goes up on that board. We're halfway home, trailing by 3.
Miller Lite has 1/2 the carbs of Bud Light, 1/3 less carbs than Coors Light.
Miller time.
I'm not done. And Miller Lite has fewer calories than both, while still tasting great.
Miller time's up.
Furthermore...
Stop speaking, please.
No, you stop speaking. How come you won't let America hear the whole story? Whose pocket are you in?
That's unacceptable.
No, you're unacceptable. This whole thing is a travesty and a sham and a mockery. It's a Travis-shamockery.
No making up words.
Burgle-flickle.
Choose great taste that's less filling. Miller, good call.
I wasn't always up to speed on the internet. Do you have any email for me? Now, thanks to Comcast, I am a broadband goddess.
Top Gamer 12 has left the building.
Comcast high-speed internet is always on, no dialing up. Their highest speed puts dial-up and DSL to shame.
You're not at 3 megs? Get a life.
What are you looking at?
That was then. This is Comcast.
Get connected for $19.99 a month for 4 months with instant installation. Call 888-4-BEST-TV.
There's just no limit to the great things And brings together. And now that includes an unlimited array of unlimited calling plans from AT&T. And can take you wherever you want to go, right from your home phone. Come together with And from AT&T.
This copyrighted telecast is presented by the authority of the Chicago White Sox and may not be reproduced nor retransmitted in any form. And the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Chicago White Sox.
Got some work to do. Trailing 4-1 here in the bottom of the fifth. 4-3-0. The Cubs 1-2-3 for the Sox. Miguel Olivo struck out his first trip. And that's what you got to do against Pryor if you're going to get back in this game. You cannot protect against the curveball with him. You got to beat him on his fastball. Plus the fact in this game he has hung quite a few breaking pitches.
Which means, yes, if you are being aggressive on the fastball, you might still be able to adjust and hit that hanging curveball. It's just a nice angle that Pryor gets on that curveball. It's one of those 12-6ers.
Tries to bunt it, and that's a fair ball. Now it kicks foul.
What in the world kind of effort was that? I'll tell you what, Miguel Olivo accidentally bunted that ball. Watch this pitch from Pryor. It's way up. Olivo almost looked like it was trying to get out of the way. He was yanking his head out of the way and just left the bat out there. And then realized that the catcher and umpire were looking towards the field. He had better run.
Meanwhile, the count 1-2. Outfield around to the right. Can't be doing that, guys. Somebody's going to have to clue them in that you got to forget about that curveball with him unless he hangs it.
Well, we have now struck out 5 times on the afternoon. 3 of them are looking. And that's a fastball right on the outside corner, yes, but it's a fastball, and you got to be looking for it with 2 strikes.
Well, here's Aaron. You got to make a commitment against Pryor, and against not just Pryor, against a lot of good pitchers. You go up there trying to cover the plate on our stuff, you're going to go for 4. You can get this guy. We can come back and get this guy. We got to do it on the fastball. Oh, 0-2 the count.
Well, this Mark Pryor, he knows how to pitch. An outstanding fastball. He's pitching up in the zone, in, and establishing it, therefore making that curveball twice as hard to hit. But you are going to get a fastball from it.
And it goes back to that old saying, don't look for something you can't handle. I mean, we got some guys on our team that not going to do anything with his curveball. He gets it over again unless he hangs it, and that's a different issue. If he throws a decent to a good curveball, you're not going to do anything with it. So why look for something you can't do anything with? That fastball laced into the mezzanine section.
On this inning, at least both hitters so far have gone up there. First pitch fastball swinging, going after him. Now, they fouled him off, but that is the approach you have to take against Mark Pryor. Go up there ready to go on his fastball early.
1-2. And you can lease or rent a White Sox Diamond Suite available by the game, the series, or the season. 10, 20, 35, and 60-person suites are available. Partial plans are available right now. Out in front of that one. For just 20 games, you can experience the first-class benefits of being a White Sox suite holder. You'll have access to exclusive autograph sessions, the opportunity to watch batting practice on the field, and much, much more. So for more details, call 312-674-1000. Two down.
Well, Mark Pryor's going to strike out a lot of hitters. That's what he does. And locating the fastball with some good movement and life on it like that, you're going to get a lot of right-handers thinking they can catch up to it, and it's not even in close to the hitting range. Pryor already this season in 4 starts has 8 strikeouts in 2 of those outings.
That breaking ball high to Uribe. He's 0 for 2. He's fouled out to first and struck out. He had some good pitches to hit, and that last at bat he struck out. Just couldn't do anything with them. Another heater. Pryor trying to shut him down right here after he saw his teammates get some help from the Sox and put a 4 spot up on the board. In the top half of this inning. Nice pick right there by Ramirez. 1, 2, 3 for Pryor, and we go to the 6th. 4-1 Cubs.
There's only one with the best-selling vehicles in America. Only one has Focus, one of Car and Driver magazine's 10 best 5 years running. Only one has Mustang with the power and performance that's made it an American legend. And only one has Taurus, one of the most popular vehicles on the road today. Ford is the one. Get 0% financing or $2,500 to $3,000 cash back on America's favorite cars. Plus, get an extra $1,000 on Taurus when financed through Ford Credit. Ford, the one and only.
Where you go in life is up to you. There's one airline that can take you there, United. It's time to fly.
Refreshing, reviving Dunkin' Donuts iced coffee. Pick one up today, and it'll return the favor.
Buy an iced coffee or any other product and receive $15 off admission to Six Flags Great America.
First pitch inside corner, fastball strike to Sammy Sosa, leading off the top of the 6th. 4-1, Cubs on top. And ball laced into the gap. Aaron gets over there quickly, cuts it off, and gets it back in. Sosa now 1 for 3.
Jon Garland, fastball that tailed back to the big part of the plate. Sammy with a little toe tap. And Sosa has always been one of the best hitters in the history of the game going the other direction.
Here's Ramirez. And Sunday, June 27th, is Ford Day here at U.S. Cellular Field. Come out and see the all-new Freestyle Plus 500. Built in Chicago, for Chicago. Good pitch.
And looking at the nice defensive play on the other side of the field by Aramis Ramirez. And get down softly. Watch that ball in, and the easy flip over to first. Ramirez, in a solid defensive year, has only committed 4 errors.
He's been a tremendous pickup for this ball club.
Ramirez combined last season with the Pirates and the Cubbies. 27 home runs, 106 driven in. Pretty good.
And the 2-1. Come on, John, don't get yourself in trouble here. Jon Leicester. Bring him on. Foul straight back. So a full count to Ramirez. Fan deck in center field. That's into center. Aaron. Good pitch by John. And 1 out. Well, as I said back in the first inning, prior to the game, making out our lineup sheets here. When you think about the Cub pitching staff and you look at their lineup, this is as good a club as we've played all year. Here's Hollinsworth. He started off that 4-run fifth. Got a high breaking ball from Garland and shot it into left field for the single. Double-barreled activity for the Sox. Watch will I have Hard Art Kushner, Neil Kotz, and Cliff Politte. And what DJ said earlier now is occurring. And that's why you just dearly love to have the lead at this time of day.
No question that shadow is going to become a factor, and the team that's leading when it's more prominent is going to have the edge.
One and two.
There's also going to become a time where if you're a hitter, you want to start thinking about hitting them out there to left field. I know from experience that there's no defending yourself out there at times.
That ball into the gap, and nobody's going to get that one. From Sammy, they're going to wave him around. There's a throw to the plate, not in time. Hollinsworth into third, and it's a 5-1 game.
So Todd Hollinsworth just continues to put some good swings on the baseball against Jon Garland. Last time up, he flared one the other direction. This time he finally catches up to that fastball inside and turns on it. Sosa's off to the races, digging hard, as was Hollinsworth, easily getting into third.
Infield in for Michael Barrett. It's by Valentin, and it's a 6-1 Cub lead.
This ball was smoked by Barrett. Didn't give Jose Valentin much time to react. It was just right under his mitt before he knew it.
And here comes Ozzie. Going to go get Neil Kotz. Well, Jon Garland threw 4 was good. Gave up 4 last inning, 2 this inning. He departs. Neil Kotz comes on and we'll be back.
I was tired of dial-up. Just sitting here waiting for the internet to load. I couldn't stand it anymore. So I went online and signed up for SBC Yahoo DSL. It's super fast. And it's only $26.95 a month. This deal won't be around for long. So get on it fast.
Get lightning fast SBC Yahoo DSL for just $26.95 a month. Plus, for a limited time, for every qualifying SBC service you add on, we'll give you your pick of 3 hit DVDs.
It's getting bigger. 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 Mega Millions from the Illinois Lottery is really blowing up. At over $170 million, the jackpot is big and getting even bigger. So get in on the action. Play Mega Millions from the Illinois Lottery and have a ball. And right now, it's over $170 million. Get in on the fun. Mega Millions. Have a ball.
To cure athlete's foot, you've got to be fast on your feet. And that you treat faster than Lamisil AT. Lamisil AT cures athlete's foot with just 1 week's use. Not even a prescription can beat that. If you use Tenactin or Lotrimin AF, you'll be treating for 4 long weeks. Who's going to do that? When your feet itch and burn, using Lamisil AT 1 week is proven to kill the fungus and keep you athlete's foot free for 3 months. Lamisil AT. There's no better way to cure athlete's foot.
Our aerial coverage is courtesy of the Goodyear Tire and Rubber Company and his bump spirit of Goodyear, reminding you to enjoy the drive on Goodyear's new Assurance tires.
And the pitching change is southpaw Neil Kotz on to face the left-handed hitting Corey Patterson with a runner on and just 1 down.
Patterson 0 for 2. He reached base on an error last inning and he scored. Takes first pitch strike.
Corey Patterson this season has hit well against left-handers. 275.
Well, we still got plenty of time if we can shut them down right here. Got plenty of time. We got 12 outs. That's a lot of time. And I imagine Dusty Baker's going to be going to his bullpen.
A new closer down there who is very familiar with the White Sox and LaTroy Hawkins. The Sox have had their troubles trying to get the job done against LaTroy.
Count hangs at 1-2 for Corey Patterson. Corey just 24 years old. Seems like he's been around a while.
Yeah, he has, to me, got a ton of talent. And, of course, last year was having a great year until injury sat him down.
He did not go.
Not a big guy. Patterson, but he's got a lot of pop.
Got a live bat. That live bat of his reminds me a lot of Jacques Jones.
I was just thinking of another small lefty, Oda-B McDowell.
Oda-B had a live bat. The ball just jumped off his bat. There's Bullock.
Well, Patterson continues to hit left-handers well. It's a fastball away. He hits it the other direction. Doesn't try to pull it.
That'll bring up the shortstop. Ramon Martinez has grounded to short, walked and scored.
I like the way you mentioned there's plenty of outs. The Sox still have a chance as long as we hold them right there, but the shadow is becoming a big factor. I know you remember those nasty days of trying to hit in these later afternoon games with a shadow out there going across the mound. Sometimes you just felt like you were blind.
I'll tell you, I absolutely hated it. There's a curveball strike. I hated shadows.
You know, I used to see some guys hitting in those situations, and I'd say, I don't know how you're seeing the ball. Just look at me and go, I don't know. I just can see it. So I don't get it. Nothing wrong with my vision, but I just can't pick the ball up.
Yeah, I played with some guys that had absolutely no problem with them. Didn't even think about it. And that's foul. I know I played with a guy that was a terrific player, terrific hitter, Rocky Colavito. Played with Detroit, Cleveland, Kansas City. And Rocky was a tough guy. Is a tough guy. He said the scariest thing he ever had to do in his whole life was face Ryan Duran, who at that point was pitching with the Yankees. Face Ryan Duran in the shadows at Yankee Stadium.
Speaking of Ryan Duran, now that we are bringing his name up, you better be careful. He might sneak up in this booth looking for you like he did last year.
All right. Here's the payoff. And that'll load him up with one out. Bring up Grudzielanek. Grudzielanek. Last inning with 2 on. And a 1-1 ball game. His first homer of the season. His first RBIs of the season.
As Grudzielanek only has now 28 at-bats on the season, coming back from an Achilles tendon injury. Well, being a reliever, I'll tell you, you talk about tons of pressure. I mean, the focus you have to have coming into a game, these tough situations, runners on, huge crowds, adrenaline flowing, and you got to control it all. And especially if you're a young guy, it's twice as hard.
Sox looking for a pair as there's a curveball strike. Activity down in the Sox pen. Veteran right-hander Mike Jackson. One and one the count with one down. Sox packed with Cubs.
First pitch curveball from Grudz. Good choice since Grudzielanek hit the first pitch fastball from Garland for that home run.
There's a good strike with a fastball. Barrett, Patterson, and Martinez. Down ball. Take your time. And rack 'em up. Oh, indeed. Neil Cox throws the around the horn 5-4-3 double play, but 2 more across the board, and after 5.5, we got a lot of work to do.
Dude, guess where I am right now? I am getting a Cubs tattoo on my back.
Wait until they see this in the stands, buddy. Cubby fan, Cubby Blue, and
It's
you.
gonna be Cubby Blue.
Feed the rivalry. Eat a Big Mac Extra Value meal today.
Try the all-new, sleeker, more powerful Solara on for size. It looks good on you.
Pack the car. Pack the car. Car. In the Harvard. In Harvard, yeah.
Dollar. Tonic.
Boston Tea
Patty.
Patty.
I need $1 for a tonic.
Y'all want to get some chowder? Chowder.
The concert was wicked hardcore.
The concert was wicked hardcore.
Getting ready to go to Boston? Fly Southwest Airlines nonstop to nearby Providence or Manchester for just $79 each way.
You are now free to move about the country.
Feed the rivalry. Eat a McGriddle's Extra Value meal today.
Frankly, my dear, I don't give a damn.
On the next Everybody Loves Raymond. Tonight at 6:30 on WGN. This is WGN.
We're having a party. What's going on? You guys want to hang out? Or?
So is this like a self-help group or something?
Chicago's WB.
We're back here at US Cellular in the bottom of the 6th inning with the Cubbies on top 6-1, and Jon Leicester has come on his 4th game. He's 1-0 with a 1.50 earned run average. Opponents batting just .095. He has 8 strikeouts in 6 innings. He's given up a home run out of his 2 hits. There's hope as Frank Thomas starts things off.
First pitch from a 25-year-old right-hander. Taken low and inside. He's 6'3", 230 pounds, out of Huntington Beach, California. Well, Frank 1 for 2. High, and to left center field. He just missed it. So with 1 out, let's pause for station identification.
You're watching Chicago's official summer baseball station, WGN-TV, Chicago.
On with DJ Darren Jackson, Ken Harrelson from US Cellular Field. First of this 3-game set as Carlos Lee takes strike 1. Carlos has walked twice, stolen a base, and scored the only Sox tally.
Leicester made his Major League debut June 9th against the Cubbies' rival Cardinals. He picked up his first Major League victory and an extra inning win against Anaheim on June 13th.
That's into right center field. Short as Sammy coming on.
This young man out there on the hill, he was a starter down in AAA this season before his call-up. He was on the ball well. He was 5-2 down there.
Jose Valentin has walked, and he has popped up to Ramirez at third. Ramos Ramirez, birthday today. He's 26 years old.
Seems like he's been around for such a long time.
3-0 the count. And there's ball 4. So the line on Mark Pryor, 5 innings, 1 run, 2 hits. 6 strikeouts. Here's Polly. Polly has gone out to right and had an infield single.
You really see that shadow creating more and more problems for the hitters. And the catcher has to realize that. That's one of those things where if it's hard for him to catch, he realizes it's just as hard for the hitters to see.
Pretty good lead by Jose. Yes, that's not a good swing by Paulie. In the left center field, Patterson for Leicester with an easy inning, and we'll go to the 7th.
I'd like to tell you a little story about my grandparents. They had a refrigerator that they knitted themselves out of yarn. It was small, not very cold, but it taught me a valuable lesson. Not all of us have king-sized refrigerators. And that's why Miller brings you the space-saving fridge pack. It proves once again that Miller is a beer of the people. Plus, it's got this little lip here that keeps the beers from tumbling out.
Choose great beer in great boxes, Miller. Good call. Introducing the Pepsi Fridge Mate. It's like having a Pepsi machine right in your fridge. Just smaller. Pepsi. It's the cola.
Refreshment from the supermarket shelf straight to your fridge. The Pepsi Fridge Mate 12-pack fits in your fridge.
With SBC Unlimited Local Calling, you also get 60 minutes of long distance for around $1 a day. That's a lot of time. A person could run out of things to say. I like to keep a list of conversation starters nearby the phone. Like fashion. I can't wear corduroy. It's too loud.
Get unlimited local calling, 60 minutes a month of long distance, and more for around $1 a day. Compared to what you're spending now, you could see serious savings.
Derek Lee leading off here in the top of the 7th. Cubs right now in command at 6-1. Can't get that pitch in the count, 2-1. Cubs 6 runs on 7 hits, no errors. Sox 1 run on just 2 hits and 3 errors. Count evens at 2. Leo for 3 in this game. He is struck out twice and grounded out 1-6-3. Big man runs pretty good.
Very well. Kind of reminds me of the last man about that size that ran that well in Strawberry. And guys that are about 6'6" generally don't hop down that line that fast. You mentioned Lee, 21 stolen bases last year. I'll let you know.
Moises Alou has doubled, reached on an error, and gone out to Carlos Lee in left. Two and 0. Sox took the lead with 1 in the 4th, and the Cubs with 4 in the 5th and 2 in the 6th.
You might start seeing some hitters take some weird swings.
Pops him up.
No. Now that's getting a little carried away. Juan Uribe doesn't have that much trouble with pop-ups unless they're going out to short right field and he's running back contending with the wind. He hasn't dropped a pop-up all season long. And this time Jose's going to go right over to second base and take it away from Juan. You're saying he has dropped one this year?
Yeah.
I don't recall him dropping it.
His first error came on a pop-up.
Oh, yeah. That was a while back.
Yeah. Sammy, he's 1 for 3, a single and a run scored. I'll tell you what, I mean, I'm sitting right behind home plate, got a terrific vantage point, and it is really difficult for me to see the ball once it gets in it. Once it leaves the pitcher's hand, I mean, you know, it's just poof, disappears.
Well, as a matter of fact, it kind of is playing havoc on my eyes as you're looking into the bright of the pitcher and then you try to make that adjustment into the dark. That's what you'll see from behind home plate.
Neal got plenty of time, takes it, makes it. Neal has himself a nice 1-2-3 inning, but 7th inning stretch, we need 5 to tie.
A new Ford SUV, an ultra thin TV. Now get more at your Ford store with a new Ford SUV. The widescreen TV's free. The widescreen TV's free. The screen is flat. Can you hang with it? The widescreen TV's free.
Get 0 for 60 or choose 3,000 to 4,000 cash back. Plus, current Ford owners get an extra 1,000 on Explorer. All that in a free Dell HD Ready LCD TV.
The new Ford SUV.
On the WB Friday, Cheyenne thinks Van's seeing another woman.
Are my clothes all over the front lawn? Maybe she's taking it okay.
Can anything save their marriage?
Where's Cheyenne? I got her some flowers.
You might want to throw in a diamond ring, a convertible, and a beach house.
Tonight at 8 on WGN, Chicago's WB.
White Sox baseball is brought to you by Miller. There's good enough, and there's better than it has to be. Miller, good call. And right now we're going to give you a chance to look at the schedule around Major League Baseball from the Miller Major League scoreboard. Sold out U.S. Cellular Field for all 3 of these games. And in the first one here this afternoon, if you're just tuning in, it's the bottom of the 7th inning, 6-1, Cubs on top. Cubs with a 4-run 5th and a 2-run 6th. Ross Glode, he's 0 for 2. He's lined to Sammy, and he struck out. One and 1 the count.
Right about now, pitcher has got to be wise and say, I could put a little movement on a fastball and get some pop-ups and ground outs. Or that breaking ball right there. They're going to have a hard time hitting that at all.
You can't see the spin on it.
Right.
How far was it before you could pick up the spin? How far out in front of home plate? Softly hit pop-up. And there, everybody fighting everything, and nobody can do anything. Moises Alou had no clue. That sun right in his eyes. He was telling you, he's been out there in this situation. He speaks from experience.
That's it. The hitter's got to start trying to hit the ball the other way. It almost looked like Ross Glow did right there. And left fielder's got no chance right now. That's all there is to it. And mentioned it earlier. Hitters, be advised. Do anything and everything to get in the air out that direction.
Joe Creedy. He's 0 for 2.
You're asking me about that rotation. I mean, when you don't have a shadow, I mean, you can see the rotation as soon as it leaves the man's hand, but...
Well, I couldn't.
I didn't have a problem with picking that up.
Yeah, that's right at Sammy. Almost in his tracks.
Yeah, wrong field.
And this is what Moises Alou is looking up into.
Oh, yeah. Just get it up. Just get it up with a little loft, little elevation. And you're going to have that left fielder just stand there going, I got to stay back here and let it roll to me if it's in front of me. If it's right at me, hopefully it's not going to hit me in the coconut.
Here's McGalley, who struck out twice. I couldn't pick up the spin until it was about 12, 15 feet out in front of home plate. So when the shadows, I could see the ball released when he was in the sun. And then if it was a breaking ball, I had absolutely zero chance.
Right. Right.
Checks it up, fouls it off.
Right now, it's a double-edged sword for hitters because you want to try and hit it out there where you know the guy is vulnerable in left field, yet you're having trouble picking the ball up because the shadow right in front of you.
Two and one the count to Big Mo. Aaron going on deck. Come on, guys, let's get a little something going here.
Well, the Sox have had some very, very dramatic comebacks against the Cubbies since interleague play started.
Good pitch by Leicester right on the outside edge.
You know, we're talking about hitters, catchers having trouble seeing the ball. Well, there have been quite a few umpires have made it known that they've had trouble seeing it back there, too.
And there's the base hit in the hole. So 1 out, 2 on. And here comes Aaron. There's some talent right there. Cal Farnsworth. There is some gas.
Cubbies got them a pretty good hard-throwing 8th and 9th inning type situation with Farnsworth and LaTroy Hawkins. They have had some players go down to injury, have the Cubbies.
Yeah, they've got some guys on the DL. Borowski, Ryan Dempster, Alex Gonzalez, Wellmeyer, and of course, one of my favorite pitchers, Kerry Wood.
Kerry Wood down with a tricep injury. Borowski, his shoulder. Wellmeyer's shoulder. Infielder Alex Gonzalez. A fracture of the ulnar bone.
Well, here's Aaron. He's due. He's 0 for 3. Oops. And rack him up. So that will take care of that. And we're into the 8th.
Hey, Mike, I know you think your truck is totally sick, but this is what I think of your precious 4x4 hang out all day with your stupid friend's truck! Push it!
Time waits for no man. Neither do airplanes. I want a little bit of paradise on the fast track.
Get the United Mileage Plus Visa card, only from Bank One.
I want a card where the miles pour in. A mile for every dollar I spend. I want to be on my way to the islands sooner rather than later. Surf's off!
Get 15,000 bonus miles after your first purchase.
I want 15,000 miles now. I don't have time to accrue. What kind of word is accrue? I don't know. Do you like accruing?
Get the More Miles Everyday card from the Bank One card collection. Apply now.
It's Grandma.
Grandma, I can count to 100. See? 1, 1.
Anytime minutes. They sure do come in handy.
Come into U.S. Cellular now and get 900 anytime minutes. Plus, unlimited mobile-to-mobile and unlimited night and weekend minutes, all for just $20 a month.
U.S. Cellular. We connect with you.
And right now, get a free Motorola T731 color screen phone.
It's getting bigger. 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 Mega Millions from the Illinois Lottery is really blowing up. At over $170 million, the jackpot is big and getting even bigger. So get in on the action. Play Mega Millions from the Illinois Lottery and have a ball. And right now, it's over $170 million. Get in on the fun. Mega Millions. Have a ball.
The birthday boy, Ramos Ramirez, 26 years old today, will lead it off. He is 0 for 3. He's gone out to left, he's gone out to right, he's gone out to center. And he's got a 2-0 count. Neil Kotz grabs the strike with that one. Greedy.
All right, now let's take a look at our Toyota game summary. 6 runs, 7 hits for the Cubbies. 1 run, 4 hits, 3 errors for the Sox. 2 of them made in the 5th inning. Hurt the team quite a bit. 3-run home run by Grudzielanek following the errors. Pryor threw the ball well today. Carlos Lee scored on a wild pitch, accounting for the only run for the Sox.
As that's into left field, Carlos.
Hey!
Yes! What a beautiful play by Carlos Lee.
As we showed you a little while ago, the shot of what the left fielder is looking up into. Well, you got to get it up above the roof of the stadium. This is a line shot, never got high enough, so Carlos Lee saw it all the way. Great play.
So here's Michael Barrett. Takes a strike. Barrett 1 for 3, but he's driven in 2. Two and 1. Collinsworth has swung the bat well today. Very well.
Well, you could tell earlier in this game that he was locked in.
He was loose. I'll tell you that, he was loose. I'm taking some of those tight swings that you see sometimes. Uribe underneath, and they get it. So that is 7 in a row retired by Neil Kotz. And we'll go to the bottom of the 8th, 6-1. 6-1.
Closed captioning for White Sox baseball is brought to you by Toyota. Toyota, get the feeling.
Miller Lite has 1/2 the carbs of Bud Light, 1/3 less carbs than Coors Light.
Miller, Todd.
I'm not done. And Miller Lite has fewer calories than both, while still tasting great.
Miller, time's up.
Furthermore,
stop speaking, please.
No, you stop speaking. How come you won't let America hear the whole story? Whose pocket are you in?
That's unacceptable.
No, you're unacceptable. This whole thing is a travesty and a sham and a mockery. It's a Travis-shamockery.
No making up words.
Burger-flickle.
Choose great taste that's less filling. Miller, good call.
Get lost.
I'm sorry?
Get lost?
Get lost. What's it to you?
What's it to you? Buzz off.
What's it to you?
Buzz off. Ah, who wants to know? Get lost. Buzz off, get lost. Who wants to know?
If you're worried about identity theft.
So, how do you know the mind your own beeswaxes?
Through the take-hikes.
Now you can bank safer. With every Citibank account, you can now get help from an identity theft specialist.
I wasn't always up to speed on the internet. Do you have any email for me? Now, thanks to Comcast, I am a broadband goddess.
Top Gamer 12 has left the building.
Comcast high-speed internet is always on, no dialing up. Their highest speed puts dial-up and DSL to shame.
You're not at 3 megs? Get a life.
What are you looking at?
That was then. This is Comcast.
Get connected for $19.99 a month for 4 months with instant installation. Call 8884-BEST-TV.
Vacation time is here for Lily, but Mila Kunis is here for her boyfriend.
Have a nice summer, Lily.
Grudz is live tonight at 7:30 on WGN.
Here we are. We're in the bottom of the 8th inning. The Cubs hold a 5-run lead as they have decided to call upon Kyle Farnsworth. Farnsworth, 3-3 record in 38 games, a 3.21 earned run average. Upon just batting .222. And 33 2/3, 28 hits, 3 home runs, 16 walks, and 39 strikeouts. A big hard-throwing right-hander. He's going to bring it, and he's going to bring some problems for the White Sox hitters right now.
And let's check out today's Illinois Lottery moment of the game. Have a ball with Illinois Lottery celebrating their 30th anniversary. And back on June 8, 2001, Carlos Lee's grand slam in the bottom of the 10th gives the Sox a 7-3 win, first game-ending grand slam in interleague history. And here's Juan Uribe, 0 for 3. I'll tell you what, this is just exactly the wrong guy to be facing with these shadows.
It actually becomes a very scary situation with the guy throwing this hard if he lets one loose up at your head. Therefore, you saw Juan Uribe's first step was a little bit in the bucket.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
No, I mean, seriously, I mean, you just don't have as much time to react.
One and one to count. Juanez fouled out to first, struck out, and grounded to third. Play that Ramirez made a nice play on. Good eye. 2-1. Get us started. Let's get something going. Let's give him a finish. That's nasty.
Juan Uribe asking the home plate umpire if that was the swing or a strike. I think he felt that was well off the outside corner.
Well, you can bet your sweet Bippy that I don't care who it is. In this particular instance, it's Chuck Merriweather. Umpires are going to have trouble seeing it as well. Merriweather's had himself a good ball game. Full count.
Well, I've heard many an umpire tell catchers, I haven't heard it, but I've heard catchers come back and say that they had trouble seeing it, and the umpire was saying the same thing to them.
And there's ball 4. Oh, I've been at the plate a lot of times in the shadows and turn around and ask the umpire, was that a good strike? Oh, I didn't realize that. You know, I tell him I really didn't see it. He said, I just barely caught a glimpse of it. Big Frank, 1 for 3. Bullet single into left field, his first at bat. .99, our gun got that one at.
Frank standing a little bit further off of the plate, it seems, in this at bat.
Tell you one thing. Well, you know, you've heard how close I stood to the plate off right-handers.
Oh, yeah.
Not today against this guy.
Again, it just...
I've been over in that corner, third base corner of that batter's box.
You know what? It becomes a dangerous kind of situation. I mean, because if he throws one up and in, your reactions are just that much slower, and therefore you might be hit.
Well, if he throws one in with me, when I was at the plate, if he throws one at me, I'm hit. Wherever the ball was going to come, that's where it was going to hit me. They're off Chow. Tell them, hey, these guys are having, you know, all you got to do as a coach, hey, these guys are having trouble seeing it. You don't have to be that fine. Just throw strikes. That's all. Just throw strikes with something on it. That's all. Don't be trying to hit any corners. And what does he do? Nips the corner. 2-2.
Right now, it's hard for a hitter to argue, too. Because they know they're not seeing it that well. It might have been over the plate. For all that aside, the Sox have got to somehow find some luck, put the bat on the ball. Huge gap out in left center field for Frank right now.
And the payoff pitch. And there's ball 4, so back-to-back walks to Uribe and Thomas. And here comes El Caballo.
The bullpen of the the Cubs this year has had a little more trouble than the starters. The starters came into this game with a nice 3.50 earned run average. The bullpen of 4.34, which is still very good. Cubbies have the 3rd best earned run average in the National League.
Carlos has walked twice and popped up to right. Takes a strike. Well, I think you'd have to put the Marlins, as far as being a stuffed staff, just purely a stuffed staff, put the Marlins #1, and maybe from a stuffed staff standpoint, the Cubs #2. 1-1 the count.
The 3 games we saw down in Florida, oh my goodness. That's 3 starts.
We saw some stuff.
Pavano, Burnett, Beckett.
Breaking ball, no. So the count 2-1. Right, here's where you just can't help him out. You got to be aggressive against the guy who throws this hard. You got to be aggressive, but you just cannot help him out. You just can't do it.
That's those funny swings I was telling you the hitters were going to be taking. Well, you guess fastball, and all of a sudden it's a breaking ball. You're like, oh well.
Well, he was sitting all over, just absolutely loaded up for that #1.
I imagine. Really good chance he can get another one, but
that's chop foul. On past Joey Cora.
Right now with 2 strikes, Carlos Lee, of course, has reined it in a little bit. He can't be guessing fastball now. He has to try and see it first.
That's cued. That's fair. And they will take the out. The runners at second, third. Thomas at second. Uribe at third. One gone. And here comes Jose Valentin, as you see. Double-barreled activity for the Cubs. Merker and Hawkins. Jose has walked twice and popped to third. Come on, Jose, keep it going. That's a B pitch right there. 0-2. That was a tough one. Big strikeout for Farnsworth.
Quickly ahead of Jose Valentin, puts him away with the curveball.
Well, there, that fastball in the inside corner was just, as I said, a B pitch, and then he comes back with a good breaking ball, good pace on it, good location. All you can do is grab some bench. Here's Konerko. He's 1 for 3, had an infield single. Count evens at 1. Outfield, they are just about straight up. Bit of a gap in left center. Moises Alou is out there playing. Don't hit it to me. Now the count 1-2. Six, 7-0 for the Cubs. 1, 4, and 3 for our Sox. That ball hit way back. Alou looks up. You can put it on the board. Yes! A 3-run blast by Paul Konerko. And it is a 6-4 ball game.
Farnsworth with the breaking ball. Konerko didn't seem to have any problems picking up the rotation. Paulie, head down. You just saw his head down, concentrating. Little short, quick flip, and your fourth drive of the game. A 3-run blast from Paul Konerko.
That was just a flat spinner right there from Farnsworth. So he'll depart.
Sox homered in the last 20 home games, 102 home runs this season. They are swinging it well here. That is the 65th home run.
And we'll be back.
This summer, you'll need a few fans, a nice breeze.
He's gone. Strike three called inside.
And something cool, because it's gonna be a hot one.
You can put it on the board. Yes. From the plate, it's not in time. Yes. He caught it. A rocket hit to left center field. Get him. Get him. And that's long gone.
WGN, Chicago's official summer baseball station.
On the WB's Tangled Web Week, Amanda wants to stay faithful to her boyfriend, but there's just something about...
Vince, he cooks, he paints, he looks unbelievable. Who plays guitar?
I do.
Oh, I gotta go.
Amanda! Then, Lily's boyfriend is hanging out with Mila Kunis from That 70s Show. Ah, don't worry, it'll never go anywhere.
Have a nice summer, Lily.
Grounded for life, followed by a full hour of Reba.
It all starts tonight at 7 on WGN, Chicago's WB.
We're not into gimmicks. We don't hype.
So much of the news is uncomfortable.
We don't add to the stress of bad news
by making it sound worse. Allison, Tom, Dan, we're all on the same page.
We're all doing news we'd want to watch.
If you like things flying,
loud music,
fast talking, you can get that lots of places.
But if you like your news honest and from people who like each other,
I think you'll like our news at 9.
And you might sleep better, too.
Watch Chicago's very own WGN News at 9 tonight.
Jamie Burke to hit for Ross Glode. And he takes ball 2 from the 36-year-old southpaw, Kent Merkel. Out of Dublin, Ohio. Come on, Jamie, keep it going. There's a strike. 6-7-0 for the Cubs, 4-5-3 for our Sox. That's in the right center field. Split him, and the ball drops. So Jamie will pull into second, and that will bring the tying run to the plate.
Hope is alive for the White Sox as what should have been an easy out. Very difficult to communicate with this huge crowd here this afternoon. Sosa pulls up the last second when he sees that Patterson's coming hard at him. See him short arm it. Jamie Burke cruises into second base with 2 down.
So Kent Merker will depart, and we'll be back.
Coming this fall from the creative force behind the OC. When family blood runs this hot.
Hey, I worked! I stood here and I worked with the family.
The only rush.
Is this the way you've been running things?
Is coming out on top.
Am I ever gonna see you again?
The Mountain. Coming this fall to WGN, Chicago's WB. Chicago viewers are talking about WGN Morning News.
I wouldn't get up to go to work without the show.
You have the best morning news crew in the business.
You jumpstart my day.
You are the people who make getting up worth it.
You could be the new Friends.
You guys rock. You make the news fun to watch.
Thanks for a great start to my day.
Salute to the best in the morning in Chicago.
Why would anyone watch anything else?
See what everyone's talking about. Chicago's very own WGN Morning News.
Hey guys, does it strike any of you weird that 3 grown men are sleeping in the same bed?
Yeah, I wasn't gonna say nothing about it.
Well, whose idea was this?
You know, it wasn't my idea.
It wasn't my idea. I just thought, you know, we never get to see each other anymore.
Hey, Jeff, while you're there, will you check my moles for irregularities?
It's new and it's blue. Blue Collar TV.
Coming this fall to WGN, Chicago's WB.
So the closer, LaTroy Hawkins, is called upon here in the bottom of the 8th inning with 2 outs. 1-0, a 2.20 earned run average for Hawkins on the season. 9 saves and 12 chances. He has a save in 4 out of his last 5 outings. And the heat is on.
So the tying run at the plate in the person of Joe Creedy. 0 for 3 last time up, lined hard to right field. First pitch strike. Hawkins in the past, when he was in that Minnesota uniform against us, was almost pinpoint in relief. Now we got to him as a starter. So he went out and he was a setup guy. There was 1, 2, 3 and grabbed some bench. Checks it up. And now the count 0-2.
Well, Troy Hawkins has one of those very fluid, smooth deliveries, and the ball just explodes on the hitter. And he had finally mastered his control. When he was a starter, had a lot of control problems, even with that great arm. And now, with those problems in the past, very, very dominating he can be.
Come on, Joe. Good 2-strike hitter. One and 2.
Joe this season is 158 with runners in scoring position, but he has driven in a lot of big runs.
The 1-2 pitch. Ball gets away. So Jamie into third.
Hawkins just throws that, what appeared to be a splitter, straight down. And the ricochet off the catcher.
So you got to bristle up right here. He gets him. But we get the big 3-run homer off the bat of Paul Konerko. We'll go to the ninth, trailing by 2.
Toyota's summer tent event is on, and now's a great time to get a new SUV.
Sequoia,
4Runner,
Highlander,
RAV4. Hurry now for big savings on Toyota's great lineup of 5 SUVs.
I don't want to spend a lot of money.
Get 0 financing for 36 months on a new 04 Highlander, or go for 1.9 financing on a new RAV4. Both have the lowest fuel costs in their class. So hurry to Toyota's summer tent event and save.
Cash, dinero, moolah.
On now at your Toyota dealer.
Where you go in life is up to you. There's one airline that can take you there, United. It's time to fly.
Good afternoon. I'm Steve Sanders in the WGN Newsroom. U.S. Senate candidate Jack Ryan has dropped out of the race. This comes after embarrassing allegations in his divorce records from his ex-wife. In a statement released today, Ryan said the media has gotten out of control and that it's clear to him that debate on the issues most likely would not take place if he continued his campaign. Stay with WGN News for the latest details tonight at 9.
And our aerial coverage is courtesy of the Goodyear Tire and Rubber Company in this month, Spirit of Goodyear, reminding you to enjoy the drive on Goodyear's new Assurance tires.
6-4 ball game here, and the top of the 9th inning, Mike Jackson has been called on. Jamie Burke stays in and right. First pitch from Jackson. Corey Patterson squares round, tries to bunt it, fouls it off. Mike Jackson's been in 24 games this season, 2-0, 5.53 earned run average. Opponents have hit .291 against Mike. Got to hold him right there, and that's all there is to it. No base runners.
Patterson is 1 for 3. Six, 7-0 for the Cubs. 4, 6, and 3 for our Sox. One and 2 the count. And once again, if you're just tuning in and did not hear us earlier, Scott Schoenweiss, tomorrow's starter for the Sox, has been placed on the disabled list with inflammation in his elbow. Felix Diaz from Charlotte is being called up, and he will make that start tomorrow against Carlos Zambrano. And in the finale on Sunday, the series, Esteban Loaiza against Maddox. Tomorrow's game will be over Fox Sports Net, and Sunday's game will be right back here over WGN. Softly hit. Uribe. Schedule hitters for the Sox in their half of the ninth. Gil Olivo, then back to the top of the order with Aaron Rowan and Juan Uribe. Big Frank, if somebody can get on, the fourth hitter. And here's Ramon Martinez. He's 0 for 1, a couple of walks and a run scored.
The White Sox get back and win this game. They would take their first game of a series record to 12-12 on the year. They have had their problems winning that first one, whereas taking the series has not really been an issue. They've done that the majority of the time.
1-1 the count for the 31-year-old shortstop. 39,596 as that ball hit way back. That hurt. 7-4. That's just his second home run. Grudzelanek's 3-run home in the fifth was his first.
That pretty much was right there for Ramon Martinez. His 25th career home run. And it was just waiting to be hit. Mike Jackson gets it up and in. He's got to sink it down and in, and that's when he's successful.
That ball into left field. Carlos fighting it, and wins.
Nice job, Carlos. The thing about him is he is used to battling that sun compared to others from batting practice time, which is it right now on your normal 7:05 start.
Derek Lee is 0 for 4. A couple of strikeouts, a couple of ground outs.
Mike Jackson has had his problems lately. He was on the mound. He threw that home run grand slam to Broussard the other day. And also had a tough outing against Philadelphia where he was tagged for 5 runs.
2-2. And with that 3-run homer by Paul Konerko last inning, the Alex Snellius family will donate $100 to White Sox charities for every Sox homer hit throughout the course of the season. That was number 102, so $10,200 donated by Alex and Ursula Snellius. With us knocked down, and Jackson will throw him out, but a solo homer by Ramon Martinez. A big cushion as we go to the bottom of the ninth, trailing 7-4.
There's only one. Only one minivan has the most advanced safety system. Only one minivan has a flip-fold third-row bench. Only one minivan has so much to offer with Ford's available safety canopy system covering all 3 rows of seats. Ford's adjustable brake and gas pedals, and Ford's family entertainment system. Freestar is the one. Get into an all-new Freestar with $1,000 cashback when financed through Ford Credit. Plus, $4,000 cashback or 0% financing for 60 months. Ford, the one and only.
Sammy Sosa. Hook my friend Sammy Sosa up with one of those special tacos.
Hey! Tacos and Pepsi. The perfect double play. It's the cola.
Hey, Frankie. Bernie, I see you got a new lottery machine, huh?
No, this is from 1974.
No.
I thought I'd show it off for the 30th anniversary.
Man, let me check it out. One more time. Wow. Guess some things never go out of style.
Expect the unexpected. The Illinois Lottery. Have a ball.
7-4 Cubs here in the bottom of the ninth. And a reminder, let's take a look at Grant's Appliance TV and Audio upcoming HD TV schedule right here for WGN. Sunday, showdown in the city at 1:30. Cubs at Sox at 2. Tuesday, Astros at the Cubs at 7. And Thursday, Astros at the Cubs at 1. Willie Harris will hit for Miguel Olivo against LaTroy Hawkins. Olivo was 1 for 3. So now Ramirez comes in on the grass at third. Outfield short, swung around to the left. As a 6'5" right-hander pours the first one right over the heart. Start us off right here. That's outside. 1. Check that. Timo Perez on deck, and Juan Uribe in the hole. Timo to hit for Aaron Rowan. Flips that one foul, and that'll be a Souvenir.
Well, one thing about skipper Ozzie Guillen is he's not afraid to use his whole bench and take it right down to the last player if he has to try and win a game. He figures, what am I saving it for?
Well, you sure don't want to go to bed with some good hitters on the bench.
And he gives his lefties and righties opportunities to face lefties and righties until it's crunch time and they haven't been getting it done.
Ozzie communicates with his players just about as well as any manager you'll ever see.
I don't think he leaves much to be desired when it comes to these players and wanting. They know where they stand and what's going on in the skipper's mind.
The player has to know what his role is. That is imperative. That's out. One of the things the manager has got to do with his players, he cannot lie to them. If you ever lie to a player, you're going to lose him, and that word's going to get around real quick to the rest of the guys. And the next thing is you got to communicate with them. You got to let them know what their role is. And then when that role pops up in the ball game, you put them in there. That's Corey Patterson. So a big out, and that'll bring up Timo Perez to hit for Rowan, who was 0 for 4 today.
Aaron had himself an 8-game hitting streak into this game. He had been swinging it so well, but today the Cubs pitching controlled that issue.
Timo takes ball 1. Outfield playing him just about the way they played Willie Harris. Pitchers of record of the starters, Pryor and Garland. Hawkins trying to pick up his 10th save. Pryor went 5 innings, giving up 1 run, 2 hits, 3 walks, 6 strikeouts. Garland went 5 1/3, coasted through the first 4 very easily, giving up only 1 hit. And he got to the 5th, and bam, they put a 4 spot on. The Giants line 5 1/3. 5 runs, 4 earned, 6 hits, 1 walk, and had 3 strikeouts.
4 straight day games for the Sox. They are not used to that. The Cubbies are.
2-2.
I know most ball players love day games. That's fine and dandy. They love them to be cloudy.
There's Zambrano, tomorrow's starter for the Cubs. Oh, there was no comparison for me. I love day games. I just didn't like the shadows.
Nice cloudy day, warm, perfect.
Nice catch. Louis Aparicio fan. That's been a wonderful day in every respect except for the score. Got to have some base runners, Timo. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out here in the bottom of the 9th. 7, 8, and 0 for the Cubs. 4, 6, and 3 for our Sox.
Troy Hawkins, he does not allow many hits. Done a good job out of that bullpen, keeping base runners off the paths. Hawkins with a nice little changeup right there. Good movement away from Timo Perez.
So here's Juan Uribe with 2 down. Place a strike. Uribe. Over 3 with a walk and a run scored. And we're down to our last bullet. Good eye. He did not. And the count 2-2. Staying alive. Sox took the lead. If you're just joining us with 1 in the 4th. And in the top of the 5th. Jon Garland was sailing along going to the top of the 5th. Leadoff single by Hollinsworth. There was an error in there, a walk, and a 3-run homer. And Mark Grudzielanek for a 4 spot. Added 2 in the 6th and 1 in the top of the 9th. High pop-up. High pop-up. Get out of here. And they let it drop. So we catch a break.
Oh, you just never know. Things like that happen. How it can change an at-bat for a hitter. Ramirez, he just kind of took his eye off to look for the tarp. And when he looked back up, it was behind him, and Martinez, he felt that Ramirez was there, it looked like.
And that is high. And when it comes down, the Cubs will take the opener by a score of 7-4, and we'll be back.
I'd like to tell you a little story about my grandparents. They had a refrigerator that they knitted themselves out of yarn. It was small, not very cold, but it taught me a valuable lesson. Not all of us have king-sized refrigerators. And that's why Miller brings you the space-saving fridge pack. It proves once again that Miller is a beer of the people. Plus, it's got this little lip here that keeps the beers from tumbling out.
Choose great beer in great boxes, Miller. Good call.
He's put together a really nice run here.
Yeah. Oh, look at that. Ooh, that hurt.
Hey, look, what's this? Someone's entered the arena. Get that guy out of here for crying out loud.
It's cyclone time.
I'll tell you, he doesn't see him. This could get ugly.
Oh!
Oh, my. I have no words for what we've just seen. I'm speechless. Utterly incomprehensible.
And right now, let's check out our Miller Genuine Draft play of the game. That coming in the top of the 5th inning.
Mark Grudzielanek got a fastball tailing down an end. You could tell he was cheating on it, looking for it, and he nails it. Grudzielanek, his first home run this season, a 3-run blast.
And the final totals for the Cubs: 7 runs, 8 hits, no errors. They left 4 for the Sox. 4 runs, 6 hits, 3 errors. We left 7. Prior to the winner, he is 2-1. Garland takes the loss. He is 5-5, and credited LaTroy Hawkins with his 10th save of the season. And a reminder, our next White Sox telecast will be Sunday afternoon when the Sox and the Cubs conclude this showdown from U.S. Cellular Field. Our broadcast begins at 1:30 with Showdown in the City right here with WGN-TV. So for my partner, DJ Darren Jackson, our Hall of Fame director, Jim Angio, our producer, Big John Walgren, this is Hawk Ken Harrelson. So long, everybody.
Chicago White Sox baseball has been brought to you by Miller. Vote Miller for president of beers. Good call. Your local Ford stores. If you haven't looked at Ford lately, look again. The Illinois Lottery. Have a ball with the Illinois Lottery during their 30th anniversary celebration. By Pep.
Bravo S40.
Well, unless you checked out the calendar today and had come to the ballpark, you wouldn't know it's the